Hey, good morning. I got to tell you again, Jesus is Lord. Thank God the Word works. Seed time and harvest. We're going to be on that for several weeks. Got up real early this morning. Now it's 10 o'clock now, 85 degrees. I got up real early, started work at 5:30 so I could get my yard work done while it was still cool. Summer, heat. So let me read to you out of Genesis chapter 8, verse 22. While the earth remaineth, seed time and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter, day and night, shall not cease. Now, I want you to get that. This is a principle of God that's always the same, seed time and harvest. I'm going to be on it for several days, maybe several weeks. Seed time and harvest. Somebody said, well, I don't like that seed time and harvest stuff. You're living in it anyway, because the Bible says that you have the seed that you sow. God is not mocked. A man receiveth or reaps wherein he sows. So we're talking about a principle, more than a principle. You know, somebody said, well, you know, I don't like the fact that you do step 1, 2, 3. Hey, a farmer decides what he wants, then he prepares the soil, then he purchases the seed, then he plants the seed, and then he harvests the seed. 5 steps. It's a process. Jesus said, so is the kingdom of God, as if a man should cast seed into the ground. Sleep, rise, and day, night and day, and the seed should spring and grow up. It's a process. Seed time and harvest is a process. You live it all the time. Let me give you an example. About 15 years ago, before we moved into the house we live in now, I had to drop a car off at the shop, and so Pat stopped and picked me up, and I'm riding with her, and we lived over in a place called Forestdale, and as we were coming up where you get on the interstate, real crowded there, a lot of traffic, and she pulled up there in the wrong lane. Somebody just let her in. I said, well, that ain't right. People just let you in. I guess it's because you're a lady. She says, no, darling, it's that seed time and harvest. She said, I let people in all the time, and so I have a right to harvest wherein I have sown seed. And she looked over at me and she said, you ain't let nobody in, and you're harvesting wherein the seed you sowed. And I got upset. But I prayed about that. See, and God said, yep, you've been getting wherein you sow, so what you got to do is change what you sow if you want to change what you're going to reap. I said, okay. And so I began to be nice and let people in at that same intersection. Do you know several days later, just a couple of days later, I came along and was doing something and forgot where I was in the wrong lane. And I looked over and somebody just said, come on in, come on. And man, I started reaping that day. So we're not talking about waiting years here. We're talking about changing the way that you think and changing what you sow. And as you do that, things will begin to change in your life. Let me read it to you again. While the earth remaineth, hey, the earth's still here. I'm here, you're here. While the earth remaineth, seed time and harvest, cold and heat. Man, it's going to be 95 degrees after a while. We have had some hot weather, and that's the way it's going to be. Then, you know, we're saying, whoo, I tell you it's hot. I sure will be glad when fall gets here and winter gets here. Well, when it's wintertime, we're going to be saying, man, it sure is cold. I'll be glad when it gets hot. No, it's going to happen. What you got to realize is seed time and harvest is happening all the time. And you've been reaping wherein you've been sowing, so all you got to do is start changing what you sow so that you harvest better. Somebody says, I ain't got no maters. Did you plant any? No. Well, then you can't harvest them. You're going to have to buy them from somebody else. Summer and winter, day and night. Now, you know it's real bright day here. You can see the sun shining on my shirt. Now, it's bright daylight. It's going to be dark after a while. It's not going to change. All these things are going to be the same until the earth no longer remains. And so seed time and harvest is a way of life. I said this yesterday, but I'm going to say it again. You need some understanding? Start giving some understanding to your family. You need more money? Well, start sowing seeds. I've given away so many cars. In fact, you can see the front end of that old truck there. I've already given it away. I know exactly where it's going. And in the next 30 days or so, that one's going to be gone. I've planted them. I got it right. Somebody said, I don't like the fact that you got more than one car. Well, I sowed for them. You know, and I'm going to continue to sow for them. Like somebody said, I don't like the fact that you wear nice watches. Hey, I've given so many watches away, I've lost count. Seed time and harvest. I give food away. We invite people over to eat all the time. We invited a friend of ours over to eat supper tonight, you know, just so that we'll have plenty of food the rest of the week. I'm just telling you, seed time and harvest is a way of life. Hey, I got to go, saints. Have a great day. Until I'm with you tomorrow, remember all day, hey, Jesus is Lord. Thank God the Word works.